Hi beautiful souls, welcome to a new video and thank you for the enthusiastic comments under my or below my latest video. I also promised to talk about this topic today, and it's about setting boundaries towards the masculine when you are balancing inner union, and becoming aware from which energy, which intention this is. Does this comes from fear and control, or does this comes from self-honesty and self-love and respect? There's a big difference, of course, between those two. And so the first intention that might rise to set a boundary is from a place of fear. And it's so common and normal in this journey and in this dynamic. When you as feminine, you activated your inner union, you are balancing this in your daily life. You get a reflection from your shift in energy through the masculine, by meeting them, by receiving a message, whatever it is. It's like they are coming closer to you, more in your field again, in a 3D realm. And you will notice that their behavior, not at the beginning, but it's such a common thing. Their behavior will get worse and you will start to feel this energy. Why? I explain this more in detail in my online courses. But you also just become more aware of energy. Like when you reached, it's such a bad explanation for that. No, when you activate your inner union, you become even more sensitive to energies, but in a powerful way. You can use this as a compass. And because you recognized and remembered your wholeness and how powerful you actually are, you are the energetic leader for everything in your life, not only towards the masculine and your dynamic with them. You will feel the urge to be radical or harsh towards them, and you will need to reject them, of course. That's also something that I talk more in detail in my courses. But it's also up to you to become aware which energy is behind this. Does this come from a place of fear because you don't trust them, or because you don't trust yourself and you just want to feel safe again in your own space and energy, and you want to control certain things? Or does this come from a place, I just feel this isn't the time, my energy is spiking again, or my nervous system is spiking again. It's too overwhelming to be in close contact right now, or what he did or said isn't respectful towards me. I will pull myself back and I will communicate this clearly from a place of self-respect. There's a big difference between those two, and I think you will feel what I mean. And it's not because you activated your inner union that you will always be in this neutral, peaceful state of energy and consciousness. You are still a human, you still have your ego mind, and there's a lot of things that might require to balance in the 3D realm. So it's perfectly normal if things, or if fears still arise and they mirror certain things. It's always about returning or balancing yourself into this more neutral state of being, which allows the masculine to transform as well, to evolve as well. And it also allows them to feel more safe towards this dynamic and you. They will feel safe to share more, to be vulnerable. And that doesn't mean that you have to be there for them always. No, they also need to carry themselves. They also need to remember that they have to fill up their own emptiness. They can't expect this from you. And something that I also did while balancing certain energies in our dynamic is that I was used to communicate barely about things towards him. I was just like, this is my boundary, I deserve this, but not even that. I didn't even communicate what I deserved because I knew so strongly that it's about my energy. So I didn't even had the time or the energy, the space to communicate everything. And I was just like, okay, I will pull back and I will just shift this in my own energy, in my own embodiments. But when the masculine starts to open up, starts to communicate more things, it's also a beautiful mirror and invitation for the feminine to also show your, is this called humanness? Like your human self as well. How do you feel about certain things? You don't have to explain everything because the masculine won't fully comprehend the depths of this journey, but just things from your emotions and at that moment what you felt and what you need. This will also help to neutralize the energetic the shared energetic fields, the dynamic, because it needs to get integrated. This inner union needs to get integrated into the material realm, into the 3D human fields. So it also requires for you to show the human in you, not only the soul and the energetic leader, but also to start to communicate, because you feel that it's possible, because they start to communicate more their feelings, their insights, whatever it is. To me, that's a very clear sign that it's also safe for the feminine to not only pull back and shift the energy and just setting these boundaries, but also to share a little bit more, because you both still are humans, besides the whole twin flame dynamic with two different personalities and two different bodies and needs and lives. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, and I hope this could make things clear if you had any questions about this. But I will share more on this in my courses, so that I really can guide you through this process of balancing, understanding what is happening with them, understanding the shadows that are arising in you as well, when you are growing more together like a magnet on a natural way, the more you balance your energy and detach from expectations. All right, lovely souls, thank you again for being here and watching my videos, and I will be back soon with a new one. Much love.